She was rapping earlier. It was so cool. She called me, and the baby was just rapping at me.
Okay. She got bars.
She sure does. I taught her well.
Alrighty then. Want to battle?
Who? Me and you?
Yeah, I'm not taking on a baby.
Well, I don't battle with bars. I battle with fists. But we can do that too.
I'm too light
That
skinned
would
to be
be very
violent.
satisfying. Pardon
I
me?
didn't hurt you. It wasn't me. It was them.
Hmm. Well, welcome to the threesome. It's the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least 3 topics each week. The three of us, of course, are our point person and optimistic realist. We call her Star.
Hold on.
You got to hold on.
Don't let go.
Keep the time. Oh, sing it, baby. Sing it. No. Sorry. She was hitting that note. There you go. She said you got to hold on.
Okay. Sorry, I'm late.
In the center of our threesome, in our voice of reason, we call him Magic.
The friend zone is escapable. It just takes 30 years. Are you that dedicated?
You're ridiculous.
I know.
And bringing up the rear, as usual, I identify as a pragmatic contrarian, and they call me Storm.
We back, bitches.
So I have an announcement because we're gonna want to give our editor a break just to let the listeners know we have a third co-host, half a co-host, which is my grandbaby. So you'll probably hear in a minute sounds of 7-month-old Joy. Just ignore them.
And you also might hear 7-year-old puppy Joy because, my dog is being very needy tonight. I don't know what it is. Full moon. Something.
I got a dog in the background, but I'm pretty sure it's asleep.
Yeah, because that's what normal dogs do at this hour. Anyway.
Pup
So...
shaming.
So we're recording this on Friday the 19th, and I don't want to dwell on it, but it's good to be white in America, right?
America.
When is it not?
I mean, but apparently you can just shoot folks on the street. you can bring an AR and set up shop and shoot folks on the street and then claim that you were afraid. And then you can get in the courtroom and cry even though no tears come out of your eyes, and then people feel sorry for you. So, it's good to be white in America. That's all I'm saying.
D.L. Hughley said that white tears is better than Clorox for cleaning up blood stains.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Those weren't even actual tears. Those were, I like to call them white woman tears, where I'm doing all the, all that dramatic effect, but, not a single solitary tear drops out my eye. But,
Our country, 'tis of thee.
yeah, whatever. And then they wonder why, we ain't as patriotic as they are, because we just can't go and kill motherfuckers because we feel like it, and then be like, ooh, well, we felt scared.
Oh, we could kill other brown people in the name of freedom in this country.
Oh no, they'll lock your ass up for that too. Yeah, they'll lock your ass up for that.
You
too.
can't even, right. You can't even do that. We can't do shit.
Yeah, don't get that twisted.
I seen a whole bunch of people get shot and they murderers still walking around.
Well, that's true, but that's because people don't want to do. Well, let me not say that because that's not necessarily true. But anyway,
It's a
you
tactic
can't
of
walk
war
up
if
to a
you can
police
convince
officer
your
and say,
enemies to kill each other.
Yeah, you can't
You
walk
don't
up
have
to a
to worry
police
about it.
officer and say, "I shot that motherfucker," and not be put in jail. I'm telling you this now.
I mean, technically
So,
that's snitching. You at least got to make it
whatever.
rhyme and put it over a hot beat.
I'm just saying that's what that motherfucker did. That motherfucker was like, "Yeah, I just killed somebody," and lo and behold,
Came
not
to town
guilty.
to do it.
Anyway, came to town to do it. If I'm not mistaken, well, never mind. I don't even want to get into that because I don't even care anymore. But this country, I mean, if the whole thing devolves into civil war, that's what it gets. So anyway,
Watch your blackness, my people.
oh, no, whatever. So versus. Anybody watch
Aunties.
that last night?
I watched
I heard
a
about
lot
it.
of it.
I heard there was an hour-long DJ battle that nobody wanted to see.
Yeah, I was out. I was tuned out by then. Nobody also wanted to see Shaka's daughter or hear her.
I didn't even know she had a daughter. See?
Yeah.
She played her in one of them shows or movies. I forgot which one it was.
Oh, well. Yeah.
I won't say see her, but we definitely didn't want to hear her. You don't have your mama's voice. It's okay. Let it go.
How old is her daughter?
Did Shaka have Shaka's voice?
Huh?
Did Shaka have her voice?
Shaka still got pipes. She was just high as hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say last time I heard her sing, she still had it. I was gonna say the crack hadn't affected it, but I don't know if she on crack. I know she on something, but
she was high as hell. She if you had asked her what planet she was on last night, she might have said Mars. She was high as hell.
I'm almost that high.
I feel sad.
I do too.
For her, But
performers use drugs. This is new information.
No.
She can't beat her demons. She can't.
Yeah, I mean, usually by this age, they have kicked it. You know what I mean? But by the age that she is, they've let that go. But
performance anxiety is a motherfucker.
Yeah, she ain't got no goddamn performance anxiety by now.
Might. I mean, she might, but
they say if you don't get butterflies before you go on stage, it's time to quit.
Listen, you know what? Whatever. I'm not. No. Stephanie Mills understood the assignment, as they say. She came to play no game. But let me say this. Let me tell you the reason why I really wanted to talk about the versus battle. Not to just rag on Shaka or anything, because, I mean, again, she was high as a motherfucking kite or high as a giraffe's ass, whichever you want to call it, last night. And it's like, for a minute, it's kind of like, oh, dang, she fucking up. But then it just gets sad after a while.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't watch it, but just to hear you talk about it, to me, it's sad.
It's very sad. I hope whatever was going on with her yesterday, like somebody has said, well, she's diabetic. Hopefully she's not having an episode. And I'm like, well, she was having an episode with between all that sweating and heat that they was doing, she'd have fell out. But whatever's going on with her, hopefully, she gets some help and get it taken care of.
Yeah, I hope so. I like her.
I want to tell you the cool thing about it though was last night is that Stephanie Mills had her back. Stephanie Mills is like such a class act. Like I've known that to be so, for years or whatever. And I won't say because how would you know? But
I mean, I don't. Yeah.
but she's been a class act like ever since I really my first time meeting her like at one of the radio stations like in the 90s, and then I've come across her at several different points over the years, and she again, she's just a classy lady. She had Shaka's back. Like usually, a lot of times when you get in them versus battles, whatever, it's like a little fight, not a little, not fight, but it's like, oh, I got better than you or whatever, whatever. It could have easily went the opposite way. Good Lord. Um, it could have easily
Multitasking.
went the opposite way last night, but Stephanie had her back. She tried to cover for her. She was looking out for her. I mean, yeah, that was just cool to kind of watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's cool.
yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna have to
Yep,
go
she
back
had
and
her
watch it.
sister's back.
I like them both. So, I mean, um,
I like
I
them both too.
I was busy, I was busy watching other things, so I forgot about the verses. I didn't even hear about it until the night before because I don't be, the internet don't be telling me stuff. Um, and yeah, so I wanted to watch it, but I was just like yeah. I mean, normally I'm out the loop, but again, I did hear about it the night before it happened, but I had other stuff to do, and yeah. I mean, I like Shaka.
I like Shaka and Stephanie. I loved even before I met her.
Yeah, I mean,
Stephanie always been my girl.
I like Stephanie too, but whatever.
Stephanie is
They
just a
should.
powerhouse.
Ooh,
Her
you know
voice.
what? You know what? They
Woo!
should have. They could have done a mashup of "Feel the Fire" and "Through the Fire." No, nobody. Anyway,
I hear you.
both great songs. Yeah. Oh well.
I
Yeah.
hear you. See,
What's your what's
lady. Sorry.
what's your favorite Stephanie Mills song?
Home.
Okay.
um,
I liked Home, but Comfort of a Man, I would say, is my favorite.
comfort of a man.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Um, what's your favorite Shaka song?
um, Probably through the fire. Um,
Really?
yeah.
Through the Fire is one of my favorites, but I ain't nobody, ain't nobody.
I love that song for years, but you know what? I don't. I think it's kind of like the whole Prince and Purple Rain thing. I hate when they kind of like pigeonhole an artist, like people who don't really know the artist, and they'll be like, oh, I love me some Prince, and the first thing they name is Purple Rain, and that's the same thing with Shaka Khan. That damn
I don't think so.
yeah.
With Shaka Khan, normally, first of all, what's funny about that is that normally people who don't really listen to Shaka Khan, the first song they name is a Prince song, and I'm like, okay.
Well, hell, ain't nobody is a Prince song, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, but I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But no, ain't nobody is my favorite. I like Through the Fire. I also, of course, like her rendition of Sweet Thing. You know.
I don't care for that song. It's okay.
I love that song. I like her rendition of that song. But yeah, I don't know. I've always been a fan.
I mean, my favorite song is, well, that's a Rufus cut, but
Which one? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Huh?
Well, you're right, and I was gonna point that out. I was gonna point that out because Sweet Thing was a Rufus joint too.
Yeah, sure was. Oh, I forgot I'm Every Woman. That's my shit too.
Oh yeah, I'm Every Woman.
Anyway. Oh.
Well, maybe a little bit. 92%.
Why the hell do you have no coat? I'm sorry.
So you don't have a favorite Shaka song, Magic? No favorite Stephanie song? Okay. No Stephanie Mills. No. Okay. I never knew love like this before.
That's my shit too.
Yeah.
Secret Lady.
I've learned to respect
Power of Love.
The power of love. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I missed it, and from what I hear, I didn't miss much. So, and that makes me sad because I love both those and listen to both those ladies' songs. So, anyway, so question.
Oh, before your question, real quick, I'm sorry. Next to home is I Feel Good All Over, and that's it. I'm sorry.
You know what? Yes, next to Comfort of a Man, I Feel Good
all over.
Is my next favorite. Yeah. Also, if anybody who tells me that they liked, well, let me not do that because I don't want anybody coming for me. But I'm just gonna say it. Stephanie Mills had the best rendition of Home. Don't talk to me about Diana.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Don't want to hear that shit. Stephanie. And that's all.
Yeah, okay. That's it. Fight me.
Exactly. And Stephanie should have been cast in the movie.
Yes, absolutely she should. Fight me and bite me. Yep. Yeah,
exactly. I was going to say it's nothing against Diana, but I guess it kind of is. But, Stephanie was the original Dorothy, and she should have been the one and only. So.
Magic, something's on Magic's thing has failed. We just got to notice.
Alrighty then. So, peoples, what had happened was we usually record on Fridays. I happen to be at my homegirl's house, strictly platonic, fuck y'all. And I don't know if her Wi-Fi is trash or I just got George Jetson-itis. I tend to believe the latter. Storm is doing stormy things. Stars at work right now. It's Tuesday, so I'm gonna just finish this off. since it's coming out tomorrow morning anyway. The day after will be Thanksgiving. Hopefully, all of y'all with your family eating up all the groceries that will give you diabetes in the future. For my fellow light skinned militants, I know we don't really want to celebrate, the white man tricking the red man into getting all the drama, smallpox blankets and such, but as my high yellow mother told me, the actual pilgrims had good intentions. The people who came after them, maybe not so much. Star, if you're listening, the verses was trash. Enough respect to the Queen Stephanie Mills, but Shaka was blowed out of her damn mind, and her daughter could have stayed home too. I believe the next one up is 3 6 Mafia and Bone, both groups I was never particularly fond of, but Bone about to get washed. This live element is fucking up y'all that just got big records. The last topic on the show was supposed to be something I actually stole from another podcast where they asked, what was your 3 greatest nuts? Dicktails. Ooh. We all knew Storm was going to dance around the subject and Star was going to say some wild shit, although she's supposed to be inexperienced. Y'all be catching that? Okay. So for mine, I guess I'll do it in order. Third, well, no, I have to preface this with some information. I generally do not come from sex. If I do, 90 some percent of the time, it's intentional. I'm very rarely caught off guard when it comes to that. I know it doesn't make sense to most people, but I like fucking more than I like coming. If all I want to do is come, I can jack off quick, get it over with. So, with that being said, the number three best nut in my life. I was 16 years old, and that was the only wet dream I had had in my life. Most of the time, if I'm having one, I wake up immediately as soon as I'm about to come. Kind of the same thing happens when I'm like blackout drunk and fucking a fat chick, but we're not going to get into that. So yeah, I had a wet dream at 16 about the chick who lived next door to me, and anybody that was around, And I just woke up with I was wearing tighty whities back then. Yeah, a whole underwear full of goo. Had to go wash my ass and go back to sleep. The second greatest, former guest on the show, and I happened to be fucking, and she used to always say over the phone, "Why don't you come and rub my back?" And this is when she lived on the other end of town. I ain't had no car. I was on my broke boy shit, whatever. And one day we in the house fucking, I'm hitting it from the back, and she hits me with the 2 minute warning. I pull out, I shoot on her back, and then the immediate second I'm about to wrap it up, my dick's like, nah, round 2, we busting again immediately. So I had back-to-back nuts and spread them all over her back. Shout out to all the women I've came on, but never came in. The best nut, man, wasn't even a nut. Shout out to another Texas bitch. I don't like calling black women bitches, but she literally has it tattooed on her neck. Yeah, great one to explain to the grandkids. But it's me and her, and I'm 6'4". At the time, I was probably like a $180. She a big girl. We fucking in a Jeep, getting all bendy and twisty. And I felt myself coming, so I stopped. And I don't be bullshitting chicks. I don't try to play that missing a stroke, switching positions. Oh, the pussy's so good or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I felt it coming. All right, yeah, I got to stop for a second, catch my breath. Went back in. Minutes later, same thing. This shit happened like 6 fucking times in a row. And I ain't even at any point ever get a nut off. I just couldn't finish the fuck because every time I got in it, it felt like I was about to bust immediately. So I apologize to her for that one occasion, but made up for it on enough other ones. Hey. That's about it. I ain't gonna drag this show on forever since I don't have my co-host with me. Ladies, I miss y'all. We'll try to get it together next week, folks. But it is Thanksgiving weekend, so I don't even know if we're recording. I'm gonna be out in the sticks introducing my girlfriend to my mother, my children, and my brother. Can't be awkward at all. If you out there, subscribe to my OnlyFans. I don't really promote it like that. I don't do much fucking on it because I do have a girlfriend and she particular about that type shit. But all I do at this point really is freestyle with my dick out. So if you're into hip hop and huge veiny dark skinned dicks on light skinned dudes, holla and get in for the low low. If you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe. And if you don't, tell everybody you know. And trust me, I'm dead ass serious when I say that shit. It is the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter. Feel free to write in, send nudes. I don't particularly care from dudes, but I do not answer the official email address of this, so do what you feel. Peace.